so glad they cared. I'm so glad they cared for me. I spend a lot of my time thinking about how I can make a difference in the world. I spend a lot of my time thinking about how I can make an impact in individuals' lives. For all I can remember, I've always just wanted to be used by the Creator. Lord, just use me. I was born in Mississippi, poverty, very rural. The town I grew up in for most part of my childhood was a town called Wiggins, Mississippi. And about 3 miles north of Wiggins was a small unincorporated community called Bune, Mississippi. To give you a clue on how small it was, the population of both places together is 4,500 people. Town's so small with my maternal side of the family and my paternal side of the family, I'm literally related to almost every black person there. The town is so small, you have to put on clothes and make sure your hair is done. You can't go with your headscarf onto the Walmart because you're destined to see somebody you know. During this time growing up in Mississippi, we spent a lot of time at Great-Grandma Shug's house. Now, Great-Grandma Shug, she lived in her mother's house because her house, back in the day, there were some problems with it. So I spent a lot of my childhood in my great-great-grandmother's house. So this house had no central air, so when we were hot, we put the fans in the ceiling fans in the window and put a little ice pack there so you could stay cool. No central heat, so we would stand with the wood and the gas stove and, burn our hands and our butts. To flush the toilet, we would have to get a bucket and fill it up with water and pour it down the toilet for it to flush. One of our favorite chores was to hang clothes on the line because we didn't have a dryer. Now, growing up in Grandma Shug's house, it was really no place fun, really, for a child. However, because my mom worked 2 and 3 jobs because she had to take care of my sister the best way she could, my aunts and uncles, they did everything from being truck drivers to working at the lumber factory to working in fast food to cleaning hotels, all crazy hours. So most of the time, we ended up at Great-Grandma Shug's house. My sister and I would be dropped off in the morning before Head Start, and most of the time it was before the sun even came up. I would go get in Grandma Shug's bed. My sister would go to the other room where my mom's mom would stay in Grandma Tootie and get in her bed. Now, I always grew up thinking that I was Grandma Shug's favorite because I was the one and the only grandchild who was able to sleep in her bed with her. However, I realized as time went by that I was the only grandchild who didn't kick her at night, my hand wasn't over here, I didn't move throughout the night. But fast forward, we would get up and we would go to Head Start and we would come back to a totally different environment. The bed was neatly made. In the South, the old folks say you're not supposed to get in the bed unless you're going to sleep. So we would sit on the floor. Like I said, we didn't have cable, so Grandma Shug would make us watch Oprah. We had an antenna that allowed us to get ABC, PBS, and Fox. So we would watch Oprah, 3 p.m., ABC, Channel 13. Grandma said, y'all gotta watch Oprah because she's somebody. And I want y'all to get y'all lessons so y'all can be somebody too. There was one episode that Oprah had where she told the story of her growing up experience. She's from Kosciuszko, Mississippi. Her grandma was a maid, and her grandma used to hang clothes out on the line, and Oprah would watch her. And she would say, Oprah, Gail, you gotta watch me now, because you're gonna have to learn to do this for yourself one day. And Oprah said that the thing we all have in us called human instinct hit her and said, no, this is not gonna be my life.